the most beautiful moments of cycling. And well, if it inspires you to see these noble athletes create poetry with their legs and their feelings, then subscribe to Cycling Stories and give a good like to the video. If we reach 1,000, then surely there'll be a new video of spectacular moments. And do you want to hear about a few of them? Well, without further ado, let the show begin. In the Vuelta a España 2020, Richard Carapaz and Primož Roglič were vying for the title of champion, when in the last stage, the brilliant Ecuadorian climber launched a beastly attack that disarmed the Slovenian. It was just then when a beautiful act of generosity and personal revenge occurred. The Movistar team helped Roglič and they protected him from the wind and carried him to his second consecutive Vuelta a España. Watch as Primož showed his respect to the Spaniards for the help received. That seems to be what they call comradeship. In the 2001 Tour de France, the German rider Jan Ullrich fell on the descent of one of the most important passes of the competition, and his main rival, Lance Armstrong, decided not to take advantage of the situation, waiting for him before climbing the last pass of the day together, and then congratulating the student for the brilliant effort made to try to beat Motorman's best friend. Watch them shake hands in a tremendous act of sportsmanship. In the 1996 Tour de France, Bjarne Riis was totally unbeatable in the mountains, thanks to the wise advice given to him by the prestigious doctor Luigi Cecchini. However, this did not prevent him from taking the victory bouquet and his place on the podium when the race reached Pamplona, a city very close to the birthplace of the Spanish mega-champion, to be recognised there and applauded by the public after having gained almost 10 minutes on the reigning winner Miguel Indurain. Egan Bernal is one of the best climbers of this decade, but this does not mean that he neglects his biggest fans, whom he remembers whenever he has time. And as you can see in the images, the Colombian rider of Ineos took advantage of his victory in the Giro d'Italia to travel to the Vatican and give Pope Francis himself his pink jersey and a bicycle valued at tens of thousands of euros. A sign of good deeds and Christianity, and something that Ned Flanders would approve of. Rigoberto Urán is the people's cyclist, as he has no problem training near his house next to peasants and humble people who live around him. Just like his fan, Ivan Dario, who was surprised and excited when the 2017 Tour de France runner-up gave him no more and no less than his own training bike. All for having held the pace for a few metres and making Rigo more viral. Well, thanks for your humility. Chris Froome is undoubtedly one of the nicest men in the world peloton, always with a smile and trying to give the best of himself on the road. He is so close to his fans that he even helped a British fan to do what he didn't dare to do. Proposed to his girlfriend in a beautiful setting, such as the Champs-Élysées in Paris at the finish of the Tour de France. One of the most romantic moments ever seen. Mikel Landa decided to take advantage of the break in the 2020 cycling season to entertain his fans from home. Since he couldn't go out to train because of the confinements, he decided to entertain people who needed distractions with his most unknown hobby. Have a look at how well this Basque climber plays the accordion. Don Jacinto El Legendario is an honourable 75-year-old farmer who still stands out when he gets on a steel horse and climbs the highest mountain passes in Colombia, and surely to the rhythm of cumbia and reggaeton, like the Alto de las Letras. You can see in this video recorded by a fan how he overcomes with tremendous ease some young people, and how they show their respect to this old man with the legs of a super athlete. Sometimes the best thing to do is not to speak in front of the cameras and show all your respect to those sensationalists of journalism, as Laurent Fignon did just before losing the 1989 Tour de France, whilst being chased at the train station by furious Spanish journalists after their favourite cyclist Pedro Delgado could not win that competition, Have a look at the tremendous level of politeness showed by the double champion of the Tour de France.
Solo dos preguntas para la televisión española, por favor, Loren.
But we could not leave without a beautiful moment of our hero Peter Sagan, in which he decided to show his respect to the hostesses of cycling by dedicating them some beautiful Flemish pats. This moment was very controversial, but the triple world champion knew how to solve it, by giving these flowers to the same stewardess after winning the Flèche Brabant. Now this is how alpha males apologise. I hope you liked the video and we'll see you in the next show.